Young Sheldon Season 7's delay has one advantage for the Cooper family's future. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Up because of the ongoing strikes by SAG-AFTRA and the Writers Guild of America, Young Sheldon Season 7 has been officially postponed indefinitely. There will be fewer episodes if the show returns in the middle of the season, which could result in a series finale that is hurried. However, the postponement raises the likelihood of a Season 8 renewal, which would enable the program to satisfactorily conclude the Cooper's storylines and appropriately wrap up existing plotlines. Although Young Sheldon Season 7 has been officially postponed by CBS, there is a significant benefit to the extended wait for the Cooper's small-screen comeback. The Big Bang Theory's spin-off has finally established its own personality 4 years after the show's conclusion. Young Sheldon, which began as an origin story for Jim Parsons' character Sheldon Cooper, has developed into a family comedy that places more emphasis on the other Coopers. With show high ratings in its most recent year, Season 6 demonstrated that this adjustment was a good one. People are curious about Sheldon and his family's future. Regretfully, the premiere of Young Sheldon Season 7 will be delayed. The Coopers had a very exciting Season 6 of Young Sheldon. The following year, following the difficult conclusion of Season 5, when news of Mandy and Georgie's unplanned pregnancy caused both Mary and George to lose their jobs, Sheldon's family began to rebuild. It wasn't an easy road, though. Missy began her rebellious phase, Sheldon struggled at East Texas Tech, and Mary and George's marriage nearly fell apart as they discovered each other's propensity for infidelity. A number of plot lines are still open even if the Young Sheldon Season 6 finale didn't end on a cliffhanger. Season 7 will be delayed, but there are some real benefits to the lengthier wait. CBS remained hopeful that they would be able to continue their autumn TV schedule when the Writers Guild of America, WGA, began their strike in early May. Young Sheldon Season 7 is expected to debut in late September, according to a schedule that the network even issued, reaffirming their regular programming schedule. However, the 203 fall TV season is looking quite dismal because SAG-AFTRA followed likewise in July. Due to this, CBS was compelled to withdraw all of their scripted programs off their confirmed slate and go back to their original press release. This essentially confirms the announced extended delay of Young Sheldon Season 7. It's hard to say when Young Sheldon Season 7 will debut because its postponement depends on outside circumstances. Unfortunately, there is no end in sight to the ongoing discussions between the studios and the writers/actors. If a fair agreement is not reached for WGA and SAG-AFTRA, who are battling for equitable compensation and improved working conditions generally, the strikes may continue for much longer. Young Sheldon actors Wallace Shawn, Ian Armitage, Reagan Reverd, Lance Barber, and Zoe Perry have also joined the demonstrations to make their stance on the matter plain. Although the exact premiere date of Young Sheldon Season 7 on CBS is difficult to predict, typical production schedules give an indication of the likelihood that it will happen in the middle of the season. There might still be a chance to save the comedy's year if the industry-wide labor stoppage is ended before early September. This would allow the writers, actors, and crew enough time to prepare a few episodes for an early to mid-January premiere. Given that it's the earliest it can return, this appears to be the best-case situation at this time. That isn't quite the case, though, as Young Sheldon Season 7 will have fewer episodes due to the show's mid-season return. For shows that have a few more years to go, having fewer episodes might not be a huge concern. But for Young Sheldon, it might be the cause of a disappointing conclusion to the prequel to The Big Bang Theory. Despite its popularity, the family comedy has a predetermined ending because of the continuity of its parent series. Young Sheldon Season 7 is the ideal time to conclude the spin-off, barring any deviations from canon or stretching out the narrative. Having fewer episodes in its potential last year runs the risk of a hurried conclusion, which would ruin the show's otherwise fantastic run given its several unresolved storylines. CBS might have to renew Young Sheldon for at least another year if the 7th season ends up launching in the middle of the season with fewer episodes. This will enable the precursor to The Big Bang Theory to properly bid the Coopers farewell. When Sheldon eventually relocates to Pasadena to begin his postgraduate studies at Caltech, it might also allow the network more time to decide how to carry on with the series. For background, Sheldon only has one more year left at East Texas Tech. Following his time in college, he moves to California, where he finally makes his permanent home. Young Sheldon could just deal with the series' ongoing plotlines if it returned to the small screen in January and had a 13-episode season 7. This contains Sheldon's summer abroad in Germany, the aftermath of Mima's house being destroyed by the tornado, and Mandy and Georgie beginning their wedding preparations. By placing an order for season 8, young Sheldon will be able to focus season 7 on continuing storylines and begin laying the groundwork for the series' conclusion when it returns in the fall of 2024. The idea behind Young Sheldon has long since been outgrown. It made sense to place the nerdy sitcom's real lead at the center of its narrative when it first premiered, and it was a means of building on the Big Bang Theory's success. However, the storyline of the prequel has changed in subsequent years. Sheldon is no longer the main character of Young Sheldon, because the plot has begun to diversify. It could have been possible to conclude the 7th season with just 13 episodes if the show had stayed true to its origins. After all, The Big Bang Theory has already outlined a large portion of Sheldon's destiny. However, now that this isn't the case, young Sheldon will have more time to create a satisfying ending. The comedian must make sure that every Cooper family member's narrative has been appropriately addressed in addition to focusing on the boy genius. First of all, if Georgie and Mandy's wedding doesn't happen on screen, it would be incredibly disappointing. This also applies to Missy's purported redemption story. But more significantly, young Sheldon must address George's story of infidelity and death. Both tragedies are essential to Sheldon's life and the Coopers' shared past, despite the delicate nature of the issue. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube Young Sheldon 24 channel and stay with TS.